Hi. Okay, as um as I'm getting up, I heard this part of The Simpsons. So The Simpsons might be relevant, but it was spirit will give you signs of you might get visions or signs or whatever of things that you have seen or things that you know. For me, it's The Simpsons. Anyway, this time I heard this part of The Simpsons, and it was Marge and Homer, the mom and the dad, trying to um, punish Bart because he was doing something wrong, and Homer wanted to like give in and give him. Um, oh, he went to bed with no dinner. He went to bed with no dinner, and he's complaining, and he says, "I'm starving." And then, so he might be hungry, but what I heard, or you're thinking he is, or something, or he's starving for attention, or it's a euphemism for something else that he needs. Anyway, I heard, please don't make me have to be the bad guy because he wanted to give in. And then if you keep bailing him out, he's not learning his lesson. Because Homer ultimately caves at the end of that little segment and goes and takes some pizza. And he's like, he tells Bart, just promise you'll be better. And he goes, okay, I promise. And then he gives him his pizza, and then he leaves, and he goes, sucker. Like, he doesn't care. So if you keep bailing him out, he ain't learning his lesson. He's got to sit in his shit. Because I seen another aspect of that too, where he's in his room and he's trying to figure it out. It's almost like it makes him like he has to sit in his shit. Um, and then I heard another part of Scary Movie, so that movie might be relevant. And it was the part of they're at school and Buffy shows up, or before Buffy gets there, and she goes, you know, I was at a pool party this summer with my friend Puff Daddy or something, and then I look over and there's your girl in the jacuzzi getting buck wild in the jacuzzi, and she's all with a backup dancer. She don't love herself. That's lower than a security guard. At least security can get you backstage. Now I don't know if I'm getting that mixed up with a message for myself, but I heard that also. So yeah. something something in there might be relevant. Scary Movie, The Simpsons. Yeah. So he's not learning his lesson if you keep bailing him out. He cries woof. He complains. When it gets a little uncomfortable, he complains like, somebody help me. And you want to help him because you're the nurturing mother and you know what he's going through. And you're enabling him instead of teaching him a fucking lesson so he'll want to change. That was the other thing. When I first started my journey, like, I had been sabotaging myself for years, and I didn't realize it. So I would go through this cycle of spiraling after every single relationship that didn't work out because of my behavior that I didn't realize I was doing. He's doing the same thing. So I would get with somebody, it wouldn't work out. We would break up, and I would spiral because I didn't care about myself. So I would do things that I didn't care about because I wasn't nurturing myself. It wasn't until after the last time with him that he loved me. He helped me heal and realize that I was still lovable and all these other things with how long we were together. He never gave up on me, even though I was still sabotaging myself at the same time. But at the end, he finally, somebody manipulated him. There could have been spiritual interference, other things, other stupid idiots, because people meddle, trying to stop, because the devil don't want twin flames together. Anyway, so, where was I going with this? I would spiral. I would go through all these different things, and at the end, when he left me, I was spiraling again, and I found a coach. I found a life coach, a spiritual life coach that encouraged me to get better and showed me what I was supposed to do. And I realized it was a twin flame. I learned tarot. I got into my spirituality because I'm supposed to do all of that stuff as the feminine because I'm grounded in the upper chakras. He's in the lower ones, which is why he enjoys all those physical things, which is like sex with different people. And we're both gay, so he enjoys that aspect of being gay, which is numerous partners when you're young. All of that. This is Yukon by Justin Bieber. Anyway. He needs a life coach. Or you're supposed to teach him about what you're doing. Or make it look good. Or make it look interesting so he wants to, as it stops me. As it stopped me, you're supposed to make it look good. You're supposed to teach him, you're supposed to do this, you're supposed to do that. Not the other way around where he's not learning anything and you're just enabling him. You know what I'm saying? No Lie by Sean Paul. He has to change his perspective. He has to realize it. You can tell him so that he realizes it, because he ain't putting the work in right now. He ain't working on it. He's in this tricky energy because he wants to bounce chicka bow wow with everybody in the pool, because he's throwing himself physically at other people. He's insecure. Insecure men cheat. Insecure men. Anyway, he's insecure and his dreams are shattered, and he needs to realize it, that he's in the cycle. He has to put the work in. He has to work with others. He has to fix himself. Like, he needs a coach. And you could be that coach for him, but you have to teach him properly. And please don't make me have to be the bad guy and then give him pizza anyway. If you're enabling him, he's not learning his lesson. Tough love? Because he thinks it's funny. He keeps doing it because he thinks that you're always going to give him a safety net. Son of a... Yeah, basically he's taking from you. You're giving in and you're giving and you're saying he's taking from you. And it's not working. Because you're self-sufficient and he's not, and he has to get there. Just remember, I looked over and there was your girl getting buck wild in the jacuzzi with a backup dancer. I mean that's lower than security guard. Unless security can get you backstage. She don't love herself. He's dating people that don't respect him, and he don't love himself, because if he did, he wouldn't be dating bad people. He wouldn't be dating people that have no life, have no boundaries, and sabotage him and sabotage everything, and then try to give to these people and depleting himself. And then he's left with nothing when they leave him, or when he leaves them. They break up, and then it's over, and then he has to go through this spiral. And then he tries to find a little bit of self-worth again, and then he meets another asshole because he has inner child healing that he hasn't done. Mommy or daddy or somebody else hurt him, and he uses that as a way to people please and try to please that person, hoping to get that a positive reaction from his mother or his father. Then this is not his mother or father, so he's just replaying a pattern, and he needs to learn. Please don't make me have to be the bad guy. Like, make him learn his fucking lesson so he'll stop doing it, and give him a way to fix it, which is his self-care. He has to care about himself. Otherwise, he's going to keep repeating that shit for years. I kept doing it till I was almost 30. Then I met him, and I was still doing it when I turned 40. Like, this shit never ends. Until I found that coach, and I started to give a fuck. And I realized there was a higher purpose and everything else. So tell him about it if you want. But show him. Please don't make me have to be the bad guy, because he's going to learn this lesson one way or another.